I mean, pain is real relative, you know. I got a broken wrist, but it's like it don't hurt too bad. Yeah.
I don't believe you.
I mean,
How, making a tackle, what does making a tackle feel like?
it just depends if I land on my hand or not. If I land on it, I feel it a little bit, but if I don't, it's just like a regular tackle.
Is that why you had to leave the game on Saturday? Was it hurting again?
Um, Nah, it was something else, but I'm good now though.
How hard is it to catch the ball, or like make an interception, or just bat the ball away?
With this one, it's kind of hard because it's a little thicker. But after this game, I'm gonna switch to the. I'll be able to switch to a smaller cast that I was wearing before I had surgery.
For the bye week?
Yeah.
How much of a nuisance has that been for you, Damon? Because you came back wanting to really do something, and it has to have limited you in some form or fashion, even though you've had a really good season.
Yeah, I just can't use it as much in press. So it's more feet that I have to try to use. Yeah. And just being able not to grab really with this hand or anything like that. That's probably the only restriction, really.
When you're getting ready to play coverage on the team you're about to play, you've already played them obviously, but when you're getting ready to play these guys, it seems like it's a unique challenge for the defensive backs because while they don't throw it a ton, they throw it effectively.
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain why they might be a difficult team to defend against the pass, even though they don't throw it a bunch?
Maybe because they feed so much off of the run, and every time they pass, maybe like it's probably unexpected, catching people off guard, and they have a really good receiver. So the few times that they do throw it, he comes down with it. Just like I said, I feel like they probably catch people off guard because they expect him to run.
So much of the conversation about this game is what did they learn from the first game? What did you all learn from the first game about them?
About them? In that game, we were the better team. We came out and won, but that was last game. I know that they're gonna come to this game motivated with a lot to prove and swinging hard, trying to give us our all. So that's why we preparing harder this week than we did the first week.
Along the lines of them not throwing the ball at once, that means you guys as cornerbacks aren't getting a lot of action, and yet you still led the team in tackling that game.
Oh yeah, so we still get action. They expect us to tackle, come up, set the edge. Just because we not getting the ball thrown our way, we still try to find ways to be effective and help the team win.
So this is a dumb question. Why were you so effective against the team who ran the ball that much?
Oh, because we got corners that aren't scared to tackle. We don't care if it's setting the edge on tackles or coming up, hitting running backs that way more than us, or coming down, making the tackle on the receiver. We fearless, and we give it to everybody the same way.
David, last week meant so much to you guys, obviously, with the rivalry, and you celebrated it well on Saturday. How do you turn the page to get up for another one when there's a championship waiting? I mean, maybe that makes it easier, but you put so much into last week. How do you do that again?
Because even though we won the game, we still the ultimate goal still hasn't been accomplished yet. So that's what keeps us motivated week by week, knowing that there's still a lot left to play for. So yeah, us knowing that, we still able to attack each day the same way.
You seem to especially revel in that win on Saturday. And what was the most memorable part for you?
The most memorable part of that win was probably celebrating after with my teammates and everything. That was the first time we really turned up on somebody else's field like that. You know, that was my last time playing in that stadium as well. So I wanted to make that a good time. So we did.
Coach Hafley says that he sometimes takes you out even though you're protesting that you're not in pain.
Yeah.
How much more do you think you'd be playing right now if he weren't trying to protect you?
I'd probably play just a couple more snaps. Hafley, Coach Hafley, aka Wiz, he always trying to look out for me. Not just me, just everybody, like throughout the week. And also during the game, kind of tries to baby me a little bit, but that's my guy though. He knows what's best, and I trust him with everything, so I don't ever question anything that he says.
Wiz, W-I-Z?
W-I-Z, the Wizard.
Okay, for the Wizard.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
You're playing through an injury right now. Justin's been playing through an injury. What is it about this team that makes you guys just want to keep playing no matter what's ailing you, no matter what's going on?
This team, a lot of guys really are playing like for each other, and like a lot of the younger guys, I know they playing for guys like me. Last year, guys like Malik, guys like Vic, just seniors on the team. And since I know that they playing for me, I'm playing for them. So little injuries like this is not gonna stop us.
Coach Day talks so much about toughness. Do you think about that when you're going out there on the field and maybe you're playing for some pain?
Not really, because I feel like that's who I am. So I just go out there and be myself, really. So that the toughness, he's right. We do have to go out there and be tough. Maybe for some people they have to really think about it, but for me, I just go out there because I already know I'm tough, and I know the guys I'm going to war with are tough too. So we just take the message and run with it.
And you talked about having to use your feet more because of the injury. Do you feel like you've become a better player technically because of his injury you've had to deal with?
I wouldn't say that. I would say I became a better player technically because of Coach Hafley and the technique that he's brought to the program. Like the injury, like y'all look, I really don't even think it's a big deal for real. Like when I found out it was broken, I didn't even think twice about it. I was just like, oh, okay, because I was already playing with it, and I didn't find out it was broken until like the third game. So, and they were just putting a precautionary cast on it because I couldn't bend my wrist back. So I said, can y'all just protect it a little bit? And then after we saw like it was still hurting, then we decided to get an X-ray on it. So it's really not that big of a deal.
So having a broken wrist doesn't really inhibit you out there in your mind?
No.
Speaking of Coach Hafley, like I asked Jeff Hafley about him a couple of weeks ago. He said that when he first got here, he sat down with him and literally went through every single snap from last season. Did he do the same thing with you when you got here? And
did.
I guess take over that conversation.
So when we got here, Coach Hafley, he went through each snap and basically was saying what was good about it, what was bad about it. You know what I'm saying? Naturally, the technique that he was teaching, I kind of naturally was trying to do it last year because I felt like the other technique wasn't fitting my style of play. So I was just trying to freestyle some stuff, and it just worked hand in hand with what he taught. So that's why I feel like I was able to pick up on that technique quickly.
So knowing that, did that like kind of like validate your decision coming back? Like, is that like another kind of check mark of like, yeah, this was a good decision?
You see, it wasn't even, we didn't do that until after I decided to come back. So it was just, you know what I'm saying? It was a win-win with that.
You bring so much attitude to this defense. It seems like every great defense has a guy that like brings a lot of attitude. And you're that guy for this defense. How much pride do you take in that?
I mean, it's cool, I guess. Like I really take more pride in the fact that, like you say, how Coach Day talks about that we're tough, we play for each other, and we determined to reach our goals. I feel like I'm more prideful in that rather than going out there, because I know sometimes I could do too much, and I'm really trying to work on that, but it's hard sometimes because when I get going, you know what I'm saying? But that's definitely an area I want to work in. So I wouldn't say I'm prideful in it, but I would say that makes me who I am.
What was the difference with the technique that Hafley brought? Like, could you maybe explain like what's the difference?
He just teaches a read step, being more patient at the line opposed to inching back. And that's it, really. It's just patience.
Did you like to try it with two strong hands?
Man, I did have two strong hands in camp.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, it's getting better though. I'm about to have two hands soon though. So.
I was gonna say, what has been your approach, Damon, from the standpoint when you're playing? Is there just a moment where you get a ripping pain, or is it just get sore and you have to leave? I mean, what's sort of your cutoff?
So I have a screw in my bone.
Yeah.
So it's more like that feeling like if you have like a molar or something and like your tooth is real hurt right here, and it feels like when you drink something cold, that feeling.
Yeah.
That's that feeling times like 5 on my wrist.
And so that's when you got to come out and let it sit.
Yeah, I just need like a play or two to get my mind right.
Have you given it up to yourself of playing with this thing this year? I mean, from a toughness standpoint, or is it?
Not really.
It is what it is.
Yeah, it just is what it is right now. I'm just trying to keep my head down until we run through the finish line, and then I'll be able to look up and see what I've played through and what we've accomplished after we accomplish what we need to accomplish.
Are you right or left-handed?
Right hand.
Can you write with that? Like, is it?
I mean, I ain't in school right now, so I really don't need it right now. I graduated.
When exactly did you suffer that injury?
I broke it like the second week of camp. Yeah.
Who
Do
did
you
it?
know how?
Yeah, I was JK was running with the ball. JK was running with the ball, and I went over and I tried to punch it out, and my wrist like bent back like that. I finished that practice though, by the way.
It's just jammed, right?
Yeah.
How do you do
Thanks,
autographs?
David.
Good. I still use it. Still use it.
Thanks, man.
I love how
Yeah.
you think, I couldn't bend my wrist, but that's no big deal.
Yeah, it's all good.
I love that line of thinking.